not really too excited for this movie, but let's go check it out.
I don't know anything.
Didn't really work for me. Alright guys, so I went to go see the newest entry in what it's now called the Wizarding World franchise or whatever, basically the Harry Potter franchise. Of course, Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald. I saw it in 3D. I will be giving my thoughts on the 3D, whether it's worth it or not, after the review for the actual movie itself. But anyways, this is a movie that I should have been excited for, especially considering the considering the fact that I really liked that first Fantastic Beasts movie. I mean, I went to the fan event at Dolby Cinema at AMC 2 years ago, and I had a really good time watching the first movie. And I also got this Newt Scamander wand at the Dolby fan event 2 years ago when I went to go see it. So, you know, it's a cool wand. And again, this is a movie that I should have been excited for, but I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it exactly. But I was hoping that this movie would be good anyways, even though the trailers weren't all that impressive. But basically, a bit of the storyline in this movie. Of course, the powerful Grindelwald escapes out of prison and is ready to take on his plans of ruling both the Wizarding World and also ruling the non-magical human beings. So of course, Newt Scamander is set to help out and take him down. I really wish that that was the only storyline, at least the biggest storyline that this movie really stuck with, because there's about 5 different subplots or so along with this main plot. I mean, they're just trying to fit so much in this movie for a nearly 2.5 hour movie, and yet by the end of the movie, it feels like nothing happened, or it feels like nothing was really ever accomplished within its story. And I blame that on J.K. Rowling's awful script, who here she basically proves that she's just given way too much creative control on this movie, and it just really ended up hurting it. And I really just hate saying that, but her writing in this movie was not at all good. There are some good things about it, but for the most part, there's a lot of negatives within her script in this movie. Again, they're just cramming in so many things in this movie. I'm going to give you guys basically everything that they cram into this movie. You know, the story arc with Grindelwald kind of introducing his character more, Credence trying to find his mother in this movie, Tina trying to marry Jacob, who she can't really marry because he is not a wizard, another storyline of Newt and Tina's relationship, and also another storyline about Newt's relationship with his brother. And at the same time, there's another storyline with Letta, I believe her name was, who is basically kind of explaining where she kind of came from. And that's just way too much. Even for a 2.5 hour movie, it's just way too much cram in there. And it just becomes a huge mess. And it just barely gives us any time to breathe. I mean, some of those storylines work well in the movie, but some of those are just awfully and poorly structured because they are just so rushed. You know, there are some good things to this movie. I really liked Eddie Redmayne once again as Newt. I thought he was a very charismatic character, and I just really enjoyed him a lot in this movie. And Jude Law barely had anything to do as Dumbledore, but I really liked him in this role. I really wish that we saw more of him. And I really hope that he plays a larger role in the next few movies, because there are supposed to be 3 more Fantastic Beasts movies. I think at first it was only set out to be a trilogy, but now there's supposed to be 5 of these movies. So I really hope that he plays a much larger role in in the next movies, because he only has like 12 minutes of screen time in this movie. But Johnny Depp is surprisingly very good as Grindelwald. You sort of just get his motives, and I really just wish that they kind of fleshed him out a tad more as a character in this movie. Again, because there's just so much crammed in this movie that it didn't even have that much time to develop our villain in the movie. But from what I saw, he's very good, and he belongs as Grindelwald. I really liked him a lot in this movie. Although I'm still not sold on Ezra Miller's character yet. Although I will say he was much better in this movie than he was in the first movie. I thought he was awful in the first movie. But in this movie, he at least had more of a purpose. The Beasts are also quite nice to kind of look at when they do appear in the movie, because the Beasts, they don't have anything to do in this movie. They're just there for the audience, so the audience could be like charmed by something on the screen. And also the scenes kind of involving magic or Hogwarts, which Hogwarts kind of plays a small role into this movie, were very exciting, whereas the movie itself isn't very exciting. The movie just kind of gets quite boring, and it just has some severe pacing issues. But basically, the only exciting things in this movie, I'd say, is Johnny Depp as Grindelwald. Scenes involving the Beast, magic, or Hogwarts. And the 3D, I thought the 3D was actually very fun and very effective. There's a lot of things popping at you in 3D, whether it's the Beast or, again, some of the magic stuff. The 3D here really worked out very well. I do recommend, if you're forced out to go see this movie, I mean, at least make something worth out of your money and go see it in 3D. You will be impressed with this 3D conversion. It's very fun 3D conversion. Also, that big twist reveal at the end, which I won't give away. It just felt so forced, and I felt like it was just all done in the last minute. I mean, it was a nice idea, but it was poorly executed. Fantastic Beast, Crimes of Grindelwald, very disappointing. I just wish that this movie could have been better. And as someone who enjoys the Harry Potter movies, it breaks my heart to give a movie like this such a low grade. But unfortunately, I think that this is not a movie that I would rush out to go see in theaters. And it sucks because it's basically a movie in the Harry Potter franchise. I would recommend at least a Redbox rental for this movie. And with that being said, I'm going to give Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald a C-. It really just kind of hurts me giving this movie mostly a negative review, because I was really hoping that I could give this movie a very positive review, even as someone, again, who enjoys Harry Potter a lot. But I'm just here being honest, and I'm here hoping for at least a decent third entry in the Fantastic Beasts franchise. But I guess we're going to have to wait and see what happens with this. Although, please do not give J.K. Rowling creative control again. It's just going to ruin the third movie even more. But if you're going to see this movie again, I do recommend the 3D version. It's a fun way to watch the movie. But not a movie you need to rush. There are better movies out right now. As always, if you guys seen this movie, tell me what you guys thought about it in the comment section down below. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.